So don't take this as personal about the food stamps and all that. I'm actually glad they cutting some of these off food stamps because some of us need to not be on food stamps.
We have some serious news right now. The Trump administration, according to Politico, is going to force every SNAP recipient to reapply for SNAP benefits in an effort to, quote, root out fraud.
Rivah TV.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Rivah, and I'm back again with another video. So apparently Mike Epps has gotten canceled. Okay, I don't understand how the comedians get canceled, but apparently he got canceled for a comment that he made on the Breakfast Club. So I'm gonna go ahead and press play, pause, play, then give you guys my thoughts, my feelings, and my opinion on this entire conversation.
That's why I told people when these food stamps and stuff get cut off, don't worry about that. See, black people, we've been getting our cut off. We've been getting our doors kicked in and stuff. This is not for us.
So apparently at the beginning of the conversation, he was talking about faith and, you know, being faith-filled. And, you know, he also ended up going into the realm of food stamps. As we know, recently, you know, the SNAP benefits were cut off when the government was shut down. And the government is now reopened. So I'm guessing they're going to re-regulate things or automatically disperse whatever funds, whatever that situation is going to be.
We have some serious news right now. The Trump administration, according to Politico, is going to force every SNAP recipient to reapply for SNAP benefits in an effort to, quote, root out fraud.
But he was just talking about in that space of the government shutdown that he felt that people of color should not be alarmed by the situation because this is nothing new to them.
So don't take this as personal about the food stamps and all that. I'm actually glad they cutting some of these off food stamps because some of us need to not be on food stamps because it's a trickle down effect. You get the food stamps, then you go buy the food that give you cancer.
Now, this is what he said that got him canceled. Okay, people were very highly upset about the fact that he decided to basically say that some people genuinely don't need to be on food stamps, right? And it's interesting because in my, you know, video that I talked about that situation when it got cut off, and we, you know, referenced what Kevin Samuel was saying about winter being here and all those things.
Winter is coming. Winter is coming, and when winter comes, it does not, and this is not just the winter. We are heading into what I'm going to call the long night. It's not going to just be 3 months. It's not going to just be 6 months. We're talking about a global reset for the world.
You know, I mentioned that the good have to suffer for the bad. The good being the people who are eligible, the people who require it, the people who would actually need it, whether it's disability or whatever other reasons. And, you know, because of sometimes misuse of these services, like I said, it becomes a, you know, conjunction where some people who are actually needing it and are using it effectively are suffering for the people who are actually abusing the system. Now, he said this. You know, he obviously was not saying it in jest. He was being very serious. He also brought up, you know, health issues caused by the same systematic situation.
Then you eat the food to give you cancer. Then you're sad. You walking around here upset. Your diet's fucked up. Now I'm going to tell you some honest God truth. Your diet then sent a lot of to prison.
Now, the thing is that a lot of people have a hard time understanding that comedians are the truth tellers of the generations, right? And, you know, in what he's saying, it sounds comical, it sounds, you know, funny or whatever, but he's actually speaking a logical truth, right? Your gut health is directly connected to your brain. Serotonin is produced in the gut. Right? So a lot of people who have certain mental illnesses, certain stressors, certain, you know, that reactive behavior, a lot of it is because of what is going on in their microbiome, in their gut. And so he's saying that, you know, being in this situation and using, you know, certain, only being able to buy or afford certain levels of food, and, you know, in turn is having a trickle down effect. That's exactly what it is that he was stating.
You're gonna take all this and put it on Fox News.
Yeah.
And it's gonna say Mike Epps says you don't need to be on food stamps.
You think so?
Yeah.
And you're gonna go viral, and they're gonna call you MAGA Mike.
MAGA Mike is crazy.
You gotta finish the joke now.
Now, Charlemagne already warned him about how this was going to go. Okay, Charlemagne is like, I'm just letting you know right now, nobody's going to be happy about these things that are being said. Nobody is going to sit here and support, this conversation that you're having. People are going to be highly upset and they are going to cancel you. And ironically enough, right in the comment section of this exact video was people doing the exact same thing that Charlemagne already said. As you can see, the first comment here says he is completely out of touch. And then somebody else commented and said, a former powderhead looking down on the next man. Next comment says, oh, he's one of them. Next person says, imagine if they paused bringing in cocaina from Colombia. He would change his tune real quick. Next person says, most addicts that find the way to some money always find a way to ish on their community. Next person says, shake my head. Everyone on food stamps need them. The application process is crazy. They ain't just giving them out SMH. So he did face a lot of backlash, right? People are upset. They're calling him basically a sellout. They're bringing up his past, obviously bringing up his past because they are triggered by the things that he was saying. And me personally, I don't think he was saying anything wrong.
So don't take this as personal about the food stamps and all that. I'm actually glad they cutting some of these off food stamps because some of us need to not be on food stamps.
He didn't say nobody needs them. He didn't say do away with the service. He didn't say that he believes that it is ill-fitting, but he is just talking about a portion of the people who are using the situation and are not elevating, right? I believe that system is put in place to be a stepping stone. It is not something that is supposed to be passed down from generation to generation. I think that, in doing that situation, it is doing you a disservice, right? And so, for the people who are, so triggered by the situation, especially for the person who said, oh, everybody who applies for that needs them. I think, especially how inflation is so high and how food is so expensive right now, I think we could even go out there and say that everybody needs it, right? I think the majority of people would have no problem accepting a card that is going to buy their groceries for the month or even just help with a portion of them. Okay, that's just being real. But when we talk about the dire need, you have no other choice and this is your only way that you will be able to eat, I believe that there are portions of people who are using that system that probably don't, align with that.
Brooke Rollins told Newsmax, quote, that she plans to have everyone reapply for their benefits, make sure that everyone that's taking a taxpayer-funded benefit through food stamps, that they literally are vulnerable and they can't survive without it.
Right? And if they're still getting them and approved for them or whatever the situation is, that's their situation. But and I'm not saying anything about that. But what I am saying is that I think it's clear and evident what he was saying. I think he's talking about cycle breaking. I think he's talking about breaking generational curses. I think he's talking about elevating outside of the box or the confinement that you were placed in. And to that regard, I completely understand exactly what he's saying. I think the people who don't understand are the people who are choosing not to understand.
Listen, brothers and sisters. Listen, brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters! You don't know what this world is coming to? No, listen to this. No, they can't say that about me. See, that's one thing about me, little Boosie badass. We can't be canceled.
No, y'all can't be canceled. But I'm just telling you, the internet gonna be mad. Yeah, you repost you.
He's right. Charlemagne's like, I'm telling you, they gonna cancel you regardless of if you can't technically be canceled. You are going to enrage the internet. And Mike Epps, respectfully and rightfully so, was like, I don't care about that.
About you, internet. And everybody out there that think they want to be mad and say so you, man.
And I'm gonna text you. I'm gonna say, Mike, your elders is after you.
I have to just, as they're laughing and making a joke of this, I just have to go back to when Lauren made the comment and she was saying like, oh, go ahead and finish the joke.
You gotta finish the joke now.
And I think, again, this is such a level of importance. Like, a lot of times things that are said in jest or even slight jest are often the truth. And, like I said before, it is important that people understand and listen to understand and comprehend the things that are being said, because I personally just don't believe that he is saying this in any kind of malicious, nasty, disrespectful, or wrong way, especially when he talked about the pipeline of being in certain circumstances and then prison. You know, I think he's talking from a high level place, but I think in trying to kind of deflect from the actual conversation, it got mixed up into joking. But I believe and understand the seriousness of what he was saying, and those who have ears are going to hear. Right? They're going to be able to read between the lines of the things that he was saying and completely understand where he was coming from. I'd like to know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this entire conversation. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And I will see you guys in the next one. Love you.
Rivah TV.